Tuesday. I'm doing cocktails and cards because it's Friday, not Tuesday. How are you guys? Oh, I'm way down here. I have been doing a couple different Zoom meetings actually, and for my one over there, anyways, you don't really care about that technical stuff. Who cares? So Friday nights, cocktails and cards. I have the cutest little, when I point down, I'll show you the top of this because I don't think you can see. Oh yeah, right there, maybe you can sort of see. It's the cutest little heart glass. So having a little cocktail. Gonna do some coloring tonight, so you can stick around for a few seconds now and then run and go and get your cocktails and join us because I'll be coloring. I am working with, so Kathy said the other day, celebratory, and I can't hardly even say the word. So I was like, really? I can't believe that we actually haven't said that. The suite is celebratory sips, but the stamp set is cheers and sips, which thank goodness, because I thought I was losing my mind. It's one of my very favorite sets that I think is going to be an all-time favorite set of mine. And I honestly was like, I don't remember it being that. The paper is definitely called celebratory sips, so maybe that is what she was like. Maybe when I read that, maybe I had asked at some point about the DSP. Who knows? But the bottom line is the stamp set. The other side of it, and the suite probably really is called celebratory, and it is a couple more days, and you can still do a buy one, get something from another suite or that suite, 50% off. So if you're having trouble with how the semantics of it works, touch base with me. It's possible you might want to put in 2 slightly smaller orders to benefit the most on the sale in the next couple days. Okay, all right. So woohoo! I actually have all my windows open. It's kind of a cloudy evening, kind of not really feeling like summer at this very second, and so my girls have graduated school now, even university. So I haven't been a in-school mom for a while, but the last day of school, because one of my girls is a teacher, I do know that the last day of school was basically this week, and it still feels like summer doesn't happen until school's out. So I'm not expecting it to be summer, although it's June 21st past. But yeah, it still seems kind of weird when it's not. But the birds are singing. My windows are open because so I'm from Rocky Mountain House. My name's Lori LaRose. I have active stamping here on Facebook as well as over on YouTube. The Facebook is chucking out our videos after like 30 days kind of thing. So if you're ever looking for, if you're kind of like, I think, didn't Lori do another one? And I've been doing a few on Friday nights for sure of this cheers and sips. Check out the YouTube channel. Mostly you can suss out some. I hashtag quite a few of the Stampin' Up. Maybe I shouldn't have a drink. I suss out and try to hashtag the sets, the Stampin' Up set names, so you should be able to do that, but I don't have that many yet that you still probably could even just do hashtag Access Stamping or go to my channel and yeah, you can find them over there now. If you subscribe, yay, because eventually then something happens magic if I get a whole bunch of subscribers. You get a little notification, and now that I have stopped like downloading like crazy, you should just get like 1 a day or a couple 3 from the week or something like that. So that's all good. What was I going to say about something? Hold on one second. The birds chirping. Oh, so I'm from Rocky Mountain House, and that I know of, we're one of the last places, maybe in the world, that our lilacs are just out. They're just beautiful and they're just fabulous. I've got 3 bushes over yonder there I can see out. My mom used to throw out her lavender, so we had a huge big bush. I grew up on the farm that I'm now living on now. Went away, came back, all that kind of good story. But my horses used to eat her lilac bush, and you'd never know it now. The bush is as big as my house practically, and it's in full blossom. This is probably one of the most beautiful lilac years on my farm that I've ever seen. Mom used to throw away the lilacs down her hill, and in behind her house there's a bush there. There's 2 bushes, 3 bushes over on the, like down the hill in this, like in Never Never Land kind of. It's crazy. I have what I call my weed garden over here. There is a lilac bush there, 3 times as tall as me. It's in full bloom. It's crazy. Anyway, so I cut some, and I know that I'm allergic to lilacs in my house now. I can walk past them, no problem, but I tempted it. I now have the whole, I should probably just go take an allergy pill and be done with it. But I picked a vase. They're so beautiful. I know better. I know I'm just supposed to leave them out and look at them through the window. But I couldn't. And I picked a peony as well that went with it. And now I'm like, so I was sitting in here having supper and I was like, so I opened all the windows and I'm hoping that in the next like little tiny bit. And I don't know why I'm remiss to take an allergy pill, because I take them all through the springtime. But okay, that's my story. Let's get down to business and make a card. Okay, here we go. Down, yes, to the mess. Oh, you'd never know that I just cleaned this place. Okay, so zoom this in. So have a little contest we're going to go on with. We're about to embark on a world tour, and you were invited to say something in the comments. If you just right now in a replay, I don't know what happens if you tag somebody in a replay. Probably they probably still are like, what is the person tagging me for? So sure, tag somebody in the replay too, but tag a little somebody, say boo, say hi. That'll get people to come take a look. I don't know that this day is going to be the best day of all, but have a couple spaces for our tour, our summer camp, stamp camp kind of idea. I think that it's really important. I'm going to start coloring while I'm talking here. I did find my Cheers and Sips, which I could not find to save my soul, and really it was just right over there, so it was super simple. I don't know why I was having so much trouble. I'm going to work with Pool Party, Daffodil Delight, and Flirty Flamingo, coloring these guys. I don't know why I grabbed the ink pads, because I'm going to be coloring them with, that wasn't very clever on my part, I'm going to be coloring them with my blends, so that was silly. That being said, at least 2 of those are here. I was making the last week of ABCs this week. Yesterday we did stamping techniques with me, Lori LaRose. That also is over on the YouTube channel, by the way, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do next Thursday, actually. It will be interesting. It's been kind of fun between going on trips and traveling for like real vacation and stuff. Flirty Flamingo. It's been since, I don't know, maybe since October. 26 weeks is it's just about 6 months anyways, isn't it? Yeah, and then I was gone to Uruguay for the month of January. And we were gone for a couple weeks to Florida. Got to go to Florida with the Stampin' Up! Crew. I'm supposed to caveat, we did earn the trip. And I say we, like Carrie helped. He was patient anyways. That's a plus, isn't it? Here's a Flirty Flamingo maybe. Yes. And so, yes, less than 1%. Ooh. I'm spilling my drink. Oh, I was promised that I'd show you this cute little drink here. Look how cute this is. Isn't that the cutest little thing? Love that cup. My daughter, she bought herself some, and then she's like, I think I need to get you some too. And I was like, yes, you do. It's a very nice cool breeze coming in through the window as well. It's really fresh. The birds chirping. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear the bird chirping, because Facebook, I think, kind of says, you're the one talking. Oh, I need white paper too. Hang on a second. Anyway, so yeah, 26 weeks of techniques. What did I do with my white paper? Here's a big pile of it right here. And I should just go get an allergy pill. Good gracious. All right, so cocktails and cards. It seems like a real easy segue. That's not quite the right word, but really easy slip into Cheers and Sips for Friday nights. I think that guy should fit that. And that guy might bring that guy. So I'm just flipping through. I just throw in I've got a big pile of white scraps basically. And I feel like that one might not fit. I'm going to do 3 cups actually. I did the cutest little one the other day. Well, quite a while ago actually. Oh, I can't find it. If I find it, I will show it to you. And then I keep promising that I will clean up my mess. But okay, again, I do not probably need those except maybe for words. I do need the black ink. I do need this turned down so it's not in my eyeballs. And back down with my chair now that I am back down to here. Okay, when you're working with photopolymer, which this one is a photopolymer set, you can bring in and should probably bring in a little stamp pad. Honestly, when it's just an outline, it's not as critical. When I bring in the limes, I guess I'll probably bring it back in anyways. I have the query all the time about the strawberries. Do I want the strawberry in black? I'm going to stamp in black though, so probably I love doing the lime in, I have yet to do this little berry. And I kind of like this guy this time. Maybe I'll have one of these this time in my drink. I should do an umbrella. Umbrella would be fun. And then this is probably the umbrella guy. All right. Oh, and ice cubes for sure. Oh, that's why I need those colors. I have found that doing the ice cubes in the same color seems to do, is kind of a neat little trick. It just blends it out well. Okay, where did I just, here it is. I'm trying to put some stuff back together. Oh, is this going to fit on here? It is. Okay, so black ink. So, that is so funny. That's the second one that's fallen down. I don't know where that one went. The other one rolled underneath my other part of my desk. I am running a camp. I think that summertime is super fun. We pretend like it's so nice out and there's so many things to do outside, which is totally, totally true. It's not untrue by any stretch of the imagination. And it is a great idea to be outside as much as you can be in the summertime. In our area, we're actually really lucky because in reality, it's not so darn hot that we can't actually be outside. I guess it's probably in some places, the humidity is probably so bad and the heat's so bad, you're just as good to be inside. Sadly, because of the forest fires lately, sometimes it's just as easy to be inside. Okay, that's all I need to do for that right now. Did I get a strawberry out? I'm not even making a strawberry. Guess not. No strawberry today. No strawberry in your tea today. Anyways, but I think we get wrapped up in that we're so busy and yet we still have, what is it? Not free time. We still have, what am I trying to say? What do I want to do with these? So I've got 3 colors I want to make. I want to do, I'm going to do this one. Oh, and a blue. And then a pure pink. Okay. So I'm going to do this guy in yellow and then pink and then just some yellow at the top. So this would be, I don't know, like the one with Galliano in it. Not a Shirley Temple. A sunrise, a tequila sunrise. That's what I want to make right now. Tequila sunrise should be, I guess if it's the yellow on the bottom. I kind of want to do the pink on the bottom. Okay, start with the pink, Lori. Talking to you myself. Talking myself through this. Okay, so I'm going to, the paper for this sort of doesn't go right up to the edge of the line, and I kind of like that look. So I have been coloring that way personally for myself, and we'll see how that goes. Let's see how good my thick end is. Bring this up to about there. Okay, so I think it's super fun to keep playing and keep creative all through the summer. One way to do that is by joining a fabulous community who encourage and feed on each other. And that is what our world tour is going to try and do. We are gonna dust off our wink wink passports, and we are going to head across the world on a world tour. So we're going to have, sorry, I don't know why How did I do this the other day with these colors? This is not the right, this is just as dark. Hang on. I didn't want that dark one. I'll take a light one. So we're going to dust off our passports. We're going to do a world tour. We're going to have destination inspired colors to work with. And I was hoping that looked good. I'm not positive how good that looks. The light is right in my eyeballs, can I just say. So the weeks will be full of prompts. I'm not sure what I think of that so far. That one's only so-so, can I just say? Okay, and then I'm going to do this one. I'll see how that dries, because sometimes it dries a little different. I'm going to put this guy in here. So prompts and challenges based on the locations that we're visiting. First up, we're going to, so if you put a comment in right now, right this minute, say, hey, what are you talking about? That sounds fun. Woohoo! Come join us. Come and, I don't know what you want to say. I'm just trying to figure out what you should say. But basically, we're going to Rio de Janeiro. And one of the prompts will be to work with birds. The jump on that. So know that no prompt that I give you has to be like, that's exactly what I have to do. I have run summer camps, as you might call it, for adults the last 5 or 6 years, scrapbooking and all sorts of stuff. And each year we just have a blast with the ideas that we do. But your prompts are always just really loose for you to do what you really think you'd like to do. And that being said, the jump is, Rio de Janeiro is obviously carnival, beachy, super fun stuff. But the movie Rio is about a bird. So there is going to be one prompt about, hey, Rio the bird. Honestly, if you happen to have this all set, the whole idea, you can join from anywhere in the world, basically, literally, and craft from your table, wherever your table is in the world, because you're busting your own stash. So no product is being transferred. It's $50 for the 5 weeks, and I'm giving away one free one to people from the comments that are going to be made over this weekend. So there. So there. Okay, so I think I want to do a total pink one here. I'm not loving the way the dark one went on that. So I feel like I'm going to, and I'm not quite sure. Oh, you know what? It's because this is Pink Pirouette. No wonder. How old is that guy? So the pink is beautiful. I love it. But it wasn't blending quite right. Do you know what I mean? What's this guy? That's dark. What's this guy? Oh, that's light. Oh, I don't know what happened there. All right. Well, that's sort of weird. Sometimes. So somebody wanted a stamp set last night. And I was like, I'm sure I have that stamp set because I love the stamp set. It's fabulous. Just a second. These allergies are driving me a little bit crazy. And I'm like, I know I didn't sell that, but I would be happy to for this gal to have it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to look for it. And do you think I could find it? No, of course not. Because when you're looking for something, the little gremlins come and hide it. But I was really lucky because I actually found it faster than normal. It's not like I shipped the other one. She wanted 2 and I had 1, but not the other one, right? All right. Super fun. So I do a little bit of dark first, and then bring in the lighter one and try and blend and smooth out that dark and hopefully blend it out. I'm finding that it's not going as good as I'd like it to. So I drew that little line, but I actually want it to be kind of squiggly off there. So just going over top and going back and forth. I'd like it to be smooth. I do love our blends. When they start to run out, it's a little bit different story, right? Okay, and then this little guy needs a little help. With the blending. Come on, blend. Blend. I just saturate it. Should it work? Yes, it should. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. That's actually turned out pretty. Okay, then if I wanted to have a little tiny bit more like that, like, oh, it's not quite as much definition as I'd like, I can just add in a little tiny bit more. And then color on color even adds in a little bit too, right? Okay, so now, hopefully this turns out because it's, what color is this light? It's not quite the look I was going for. I think it might turn out. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp. I think I'm going to have lemons with these guys. So I need a little piece of paper for that. That's right there. Anyway, so yes, if you put your name in, I will make a draw. I think it starts on July 1st. That's Canada Day here. I have a Monday live still, so I will include Monday live as well. You can double your chances by coming back and making a comment on the Monday live. And we'll go from there. We'll see who come and check out this crazy community we have. If you can't make the Wednesday nights, we're going to do Wednesday night, except for 1 week. I'm going to try like a Thursday afternoon or something. If you can't make the Wednesday nights, the lesson part will be recorded so that you can come and give that a try still. So this is the Dark Lemon Lolly. And I'm just going to, I'd like this rind to be just a little bit thicker, so I'm going to just come around here and hopefully do a fairly smooth. I really wish they would have made the rind a little bit thicker. I'm not quite sure why they made such a skinny rind. And then I'm going to come in with the light color for the segments. And not doing too much because it'll eat the ink a little bit. So we've got several prompts a week to get you pulling out your stash and creating cards. When I say tomato, you might say tomato, and that's okay too. Don't you think that looks really nice? Now I will, just for you guys to sort of see, I will color this one just the same, fast and quick on the inside without that rind being as thick. And you let me know which one. That can be part of your comment. Do you like the skinny rind or the thick rind? Okay, I don't mind how much white is on there actually, but which rind do you prefer? Okay, and then this little guy, I think he could kind of pop in there. I need him to be a greeny color. Oops, I don't know what kind of noise that was. I think I'll do him shaded spruce, but it seems kind of dark. Shaded spruce is, I'm gonna see, I feel like shaded spruce is gonna be a little bit dark from, sorry, I'm pretty positive that that's so dark. It is rosemary. I kind of like it, and it's kind of dark. I wonder, I think maybe, what if I stamp it off? Then what does it do? Yeah, that's the look. Okay, so I am going to stamp it off, and I'm going to just go for it. Ah, nice. That's pretty. I love it. Looks a little peacocky, actually. I almost was looking at the peacock and wondered if I should use the peacock, actually. And then I'm going to, because I do find rosemary has kind of a silvery color to it sometimes. And then I'm going to put the ice. Those guys should be a little bit dark green if I have a green here. The actual leaves at the bottom. Oh, that's not green enough. Anyways, all right. I say. So yeah, kind of excited. Oh, that's horrible. Why did I do that? Boo. The only plus is that this is in the drink and it's gonna disappear, sort of. Okay, watch how the and each of these kind of seems to do it a little bit different, but watch how when I put the ice cubes in here, they start to melt right away. Teasing about the melting. So I am not seeing you guys commenting. I'm wondering if you are. Somebody say, hey, hey. I just watched a show where the girl, kind of crazy woman, said, hey, hey. The person's like, why do you say hey, hey? And she's like, I don't know, I just said it once. And everybody was like, that's a cool idea. And now I know. All right, and then I can put this little guy, where'd that guy go? Nice, okay, that's her. That's that one. Okay, now I'm just curious. Sometimes I hang up on here and I'm like, I always, who is clearly from the old days when I say I hang up from my video? You don't hang up, I sign off. I'm going to see Facebook if, golly, I am. Just was making sure that I was at least on the right spot. Oh, see, you have all sorts of comments. I'm not seeing any of them. Hey, hey, thanks, Kathy. Good on ya. Yay, you are in for the draw. Thick rind. I agree with you. Oh, thanks, Kathy. All right, Kathy is going crazy with commenting. Hoorah. I know I can see there's a couple other people watching, so don't be shy. All right, some of you will have heard my story of that. Oh, this is dark because my pink is kind of soft. So I am stamping with sorry, I'm not talking very clearly. I am stamping with the same flamingo. But so I stamped that off and I like that much better. I have made the thought that ice cubes don't stay at the bottom of the drinks. They all float to the top all the time, right? So this is my thought. And I do find that some pinks are too much. Okay, I'm going to stamp one more time. Then I'm going to change it to yellow and do a couple more at the top in yellow. So I'll fix that other rind and go from there. But yeah, so I invite you to come play with us. Now, what did I do with that little tiny piece? Oh, that's the other thing. And see, I had a little bit planned. It seems like Friday nights, I always plan a little bit more than I should for you guys. The girls, because all through the week, I'm forever losing stuff like crazy. So they come up with the idea of a game that each time I lose something, and I constantly find like Friday night, it's like, just drink, because clearly I'm never losing stuff. One of my other girlfriends was like, are you kidding me? I drank a bottle of wine. You don't even know when you lose stuff, Lori. Or by my definition, how you lose stuff. So I laugh at her. All right, I am going to add that little bit of thick on here too. And I just going around it. My eyeballs start to work again. Even if I went kind of on top of the line, it wouldn't be bad. And definitely turning the page is helping me. Oopsie. And, oh, I lost all the white there. That's okay. Because, and I should really cut these guys out with this. That would be better. Cutting out with, I love to just cut out these guys just straight. It's nice and easy. But what did I just do with that? See, okay, you can have another drink. So immediately, as soon as I start losing things, I know that you guys are taking advantage. So the game started, what, maybe 2 years ago, hey? Geez, if we had a drink for every time Lori lost something, and then it progressed from there. So I have the top. Oh, here it is. just a caveat: A, drink with care, and B, don't chug a lug until I find it. It's just a sip. Okay, bring this in here so you can see what I'm doing over here. There is sort of a shape to this guy. I'm not sure which way he's supposed to go. Do I have any washi tape? I would highly recommend. There is some new washi tape in the catalog. It's super exciting. I have yet to get it, actually. Okay, if you are a newer stamper, you should absolutely get it so that you know what the heck washi tape's all about. It also is floral. It also is fantastic. So it's a really neat take on our washi tapes. If you have been like me, so 23 years in the business, I probably will just about be throwing this one away. Use your washi tape or lose it, because it does, like, use it up, because some of them continue to work quite nicely, and other ones won't unstick off the roll, and some of them won't. Some of them don't stay very well on the paper afterwards either. And some of them stick where you don't totally want. So if you're doing it like I am right now to secure this little guy down, I want it to be somewhere that's not. Now, if I was really clever, I did find, where did I put it? Here. I could put this guy on here because he's right here. It'd be silly to cut that. Jeez, that is so dark. You know what I think I can do almost? I think I will. Hang on. Since this is here, I do cut him out, but since I'm pushing this through anyways, clearly I should do that. All right, and I don't have the other one, so I won't be able to do that one. Okay, pop this through. So yesterday morning, I sort of amazed myself. Okay, in fits and starts, I would recommend watching yesterday mornings because, oh, rats. That's also why I don't do it, because if you don't be careful, you get in a little bit of trouble. I'm in trouble. I am going to cut out this other circle, though. Yesterday, I showed how to do a reverse stamp. I showed how to, oh, I can't remember all the things. It seemed like every time I was turning around, I was showing off something new. I was like, oh, there's another hack. Oh, that's another way of making cards. I felt like there was about 4 different things. I was going to half review it. I was actually going to redo it last night. I actually wasn't even going to eliminate for the chatter of the day. I wasn't going to eliminate it, but I was going to, am I spitting it out? Yes, I am. I was going to tighten it up for people who would just prefer to have all the lessons condensed. I was going to do a Reader's Digest version of it as well. And I was kind of curious if any more people would watch. If they saw that it was only like 20 minutes long, would they watch it? Would they be more readily? Would it have more views just because people thought, I am going to, oh, look at. Good thing I stamped this. I'm going to have to kind of cut around it. So this is where the washi tape is supposed to nicely pull off your paper. It doesn't always pull off perfectly. I might be getting lucky. Keep coming off nicely. Oh, I got lucky. It totally worked there. Yay. If you really don't like cutting out this guy, I won't totally be able to show this. And actually, I'll have to somehow figure out what I'm doing with the, what do you call it? So you can cut down to about here. You need to cut across here. And then cut this guy out as well. And then I'll show you, but we're going to pretend a little tiny bit. This makes sense. So this, of course, is not the right one, but pretend it's the right one. I do a lot of pretending. If you're just popping by and you're like, who is this nut? It's me. I am a bit of a nut. Okay, pretend. But you cut out the top part, and you can put this guy over the top, line him up at the bottom, and then run him through the machine, and he would cut out if you pretend this is the right shape. Does that make sense? So if I had that sticking out the top there, I would just stick that through. Pretend he's sticking like that. I would stick him through. I would come in here, line up the rest of him, and you cut him out and he cuts out perfectly, right? So you just have to cut away that top part. If you have this beautiful paper, if you don't have this paper, you should get it. It's really, really fabulous. And there's a couple sheets that have all sorts of drinks, but many of them, like this one, have that little, like have an umbrella already, or even, right? So then you just need to cut around that, and then it does. And I love, this one is just like what I think, if you have, and I'm kind of surprised these are not fading as much as I would have thought. This one is totally the pink, and it completely, I stamped with bubble bath, and it totally just cleared right up. It went slow, but I don't mind the color, so it's okay. It doesn't necessarily need to be realistic either, right? So with this, the Stamp the Stash, one of the questions had been, what if I don't have any stamps like this? Because we're going on a world tour. Are you looking to have all sorts of suitcases and cameras and stuff? No, not necessarily. If you have some stamps like this and you know somebody that's going away, or you're going on a vacation, you'd like to make some cards to say, hey, miss you, or if you want to scrapbook and take the prompts that I give you to be scrapbooking or whatever, you're totally welcome to do all of these things. The idea is just to take that mostly the prompts won't be about, hey, grab an airplane stamp, but any one that we talk about, you might be like, hey, so 2 years ago we did a Canadian tour, and people got, like, I was in PEI, and some of them in their mind, they had seen a prompt for Churchill, which would be Manitoba. If you're in Canada, you kind of know that I was working across the country. So we were in PEI already, and some people were just still in Churchill. But they really liked the prompt in Churchill, so they wanted to use their polar bear and make a Christmas card, let's say. And so they're like, hey, yeah, I'm totally doing that. So then they just made up a little story. They made up a story themselves to say, hey, here's my card. I got hung up in Churchill. There was a bear crossing, and the natural migration happened, and I got caught up, or I found a good coffee shop and I never left, or whatever. We're going to disappear from if we ever got to Croatia. I'm trying not to do spoiler alerts, so for instance, I know I'm not going to Croatia, but if we were going to Croatia, for instance, I might say, hey, we're in Dubrovnik. That would be where we'd be going, and we're not going to a country, we're going to the cities. But you could take a trip over to, now I can't remember what, I was using Croatia because I knew there was 2 cities there. What's the one with the S? There's a city in Croatia that starts with an S. Anyways, you can totally disappear and go do a road trip yourself to another city in that country as well. Maybe there's a place you always, okay, we are going to Venice, and I think everybody should go to Verona for sure. One of the things there will definitely be a heart. One of the neatest things just by the opera building in Verona is a fabulous heart statue kind of thing. And it's like, totally, you need to go to see that. So you need to go to see it. So there you are. So we're going to do a road trip to that place. Just saying. Okay, I wanted that, and I'm going to make it, I'm going to do it blue. I saw somebody just colored a couple of these guys, and that was kind of nice. Okay, I'm going to color this normal color and then highlight it with a dark, because you can do, some people color light and then dark, and other people color dark and then light. For me, I find like a little bit of this with a small space like this to accent it. It works better in my mind to do light and then dark. I know what I was going to do here. Let's bring back in this pink. This so doesn't seem Flirty Flamingo. Look at how this color doesn't, this lid is so misguided. Right, I just was going to do, make sure it's light. I'm just going to come back over this and see if I went over top, if I would smush that out a little tiny bit. So dark. So sad. So dark. Okay. And now, okay, I saw somebody had white in theirs and it looks great. Mine just looks unfinished. I'll be coloring the rest of them now. I find the absence of color sometimes not good. So like the polar bears even, I do a little bit of shadowing. Bottom line, if you are just starting, and we do have, she's a very clever artist, but she doesn't have sets from like 23 years ago like I do, joining us on this trip. My default for her always will be, you can take any prompt and use flowers to make a card. So we will learn some techniques and some fancy folds and some sketches will be there. There'll be stories. So we'll be sightseeing, and from the sightseeing stories, you will be like, oh yeah, oh. We might be, Connie had something really cute the other day on her site. She had just a picture of her car, but she was going driving. So, and she asked, I'm going on a picnic and we're going to take something with your letter, your first name letter, right? On the picnic. And in my mind, because she started off with a car, I went to road trip in my mind, hey? And so in my mind, I was like, people were bringing avocados. And I was like, why bringing an avocado on a road trip? And then as I saw somebody else at like lettuce or something, I'm like, huh? And then I was like, oh yeah. So we can either use a whole lemon slice. So you can just slice it literally and then put a slice on like this, which is kind of fun, or possibly a little overbearing. Or you can have a half of a lemon as well. So you just cut the lemon in half and do the same slice. I've got to just cut him out. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, please. I almost feel like I need a lime on this guy. When I'm putting the lemons on here, one of the reasons that I have no problem not using the dies even when it's sitting right there is because, although having cut out that one, I see that they kind of wow it a little bit. They do some snazzy, not very smooth on purpose, and it's kind of fun. So I'm now weavering that's a new word, my on purpose, because it kind of makes it a little fun. I was going to say, there is in this suite a couple fun extra embossing folders that you can get, and this one's quite cute. In the dies for this set, you can run this through and you get like a ridged glass. You know how the glasses from, well, some of them right now, where did that set go? So you can have a drink again. This runs through and it makes kind of a fun glass. Maybe I should do that to these glasses because of that craziness. So I'll show you exactly what I mean. It's kind of fun. Unfortunately, it's a die, so that's good. I don't have to change up my recipe layers. If you ever have questions, I am here to answer them for you. And so everybody will be working with different sets. Sometimes it'll be a color challenge. Well, that's kind of a fun thing. It definitely masks that craziness. So now I'm of the mind that I have to kind of do both of these. Okay, I'm going to. Because who would have, like, if you were serving at a cocktail party, you would certainly, for the same drink, you'd have the same glass for both of us, right? Be like if I ordered a Moscow Mule and you gave me a different glass than my friend, I'd be sad. Unless they were all jelly jars. And then that's a whole nother game again. That's another part of the world. All right. Super fun. Okay, so those are just fun glasses, right? Now you know what I'm saying. So that the one embossing folder kind of does that. And I could definitely have cut out with that. The olive. And the ice cubes you can also. So I was not putting that on that one. I think I would like that on this one. And I have trouble with. I should have put that so that it went. I should have glued it on and then had it be going through. But I do think we need to be able to see that going in. So hang on one second. I really should have. Just put all the glue on here if my glue starts to run. Just a minute. Many of you know that I don't use a lot of glue online because glue is hard. I don't know which way I want this. Hang on a second. I think I'll put it this way. It just feels right. And a lemon too. Get on there. I have a tough time with the stem. You would be able to see it through, and yet I don't like it out. I've seen several people's who it looks really good. Like honestly, I don't know if I've seen anybody's, just my own, just when I lay my own on, do I feel like, oh, that doesn't look right. But seriously, when I see them online, I'm totally not picking on anybody. For everybody, I'm like, oh, that looks awesome. Okay, so I'm going to put a little lemon on here. And there is 2 ways you can put the lemon on. So just to watch. I believe there's a right way and a wrong way. And I'll put a little glue on here. Okay. Ta-da. And then I am putting that one on this drink because that's the way it should go. I can put this on here. So I didn't need to cut this out as pretty as I did because I'm just tucking it in here now. That one's there. I need to finish cutting that a little tiny bit. Does anybody have any questions? But yes. And the whole thing's virtual in case you were thinking, I better get packing. But yeah, so it's a lot of fun. The community, it'll be a private Facebook group. You'll post your stuff on there. People in the group are super lovely. They share lots of ideas as well as lovely comments back. A bit of an example of that is if you're over on Creativity for Everyone, if you've ever been over there, you know that when people post their stuff, they get a few comments back saying, oh, that's so nice. Okay, I feel like this needs a strawberry. Oh, there. I'm going to steal a strawberry from a different one. There, super fun. All right. Okay, that's that part of the game. So I saw, do I need a lemon on here? This will be way too big, I'm sure. Oh, that's actually crazy enough. I actually love that. Okay, that one needs a full one. Who knew? It's like, what? Yes, it does. That looks awesome. Oh, that looks like a drink that I'd want right now. All right. Why does this lemon look so separated? Just does. Okay. Card. So I had an idea when I was pulling out these 2 guys, when I went to pull these out, and see, this is where these kind of looks good together. I saw this guy and I was like, oh yeah, I think that's going to be cool. So I pulled it in Coastal Cabana. I will give you a little spoiler as well. We're going to Rio de Janeiro first off here in the first week of July, and there is a beach called Copacabana, and so we are totally using Coastal Cabana, which, believe it or not, and I'm sure you don't find it hard to believe, I sing most of the time. Copacabana, music and laughter is all. One of my friends, God bless her, this is 100 years ago, she literally was like, isn't it Coastal Cabana? Actually, I was singing Coastal Cabana, and she's like, I believe those lyrics are Copacabana. And I was like, I know, but our color, I can't find my Coastal Cabana. Anyways, hopefully I don't really need it, which I might. Where the heck is my Coastal Cabana? You guys can have a drink. I'm going to have a little drink. Hang on one second. The other reason I want to show it to you is literally in one of the languages. It's called Copacabana. And I'm thinking Spanish. That is actually the color of our ink pad. So we are definitely having a challenge with the Copacabana blue ink. Good Lord. I may never find it. Where is it? And you get a little story about the country. We're going to have an artist. There's a really cool artist. We'll have you'll learn of authors. It's going to be really fun. So it's quite immersive. All right. The other thing that I thought I would do is bring in a little bit of sun. So yes, on a boat would be just fine, but we need to ground it. So we're going to just disappear the boat altogether, and it's just going to be fun. Maybe you could use a smaller circle than this. And then we're just going to have some drinks on the patio. How fun is that? That's fun. Hey, you didn't think I'd get this done, but there it is. Almost finished. I just need a white card base. And we are rock and rolling. I think a white card base would be nice. I actually really like white card bases. Now that being said, this is a little bit dark. Oh, it's dark, but there's a light one. Super fun. One of the Technique cards, that was for vellum, except it's actually wax paper. So household sometimes. Okay, so we could do it on yellow, which is also fabulous. Oh, I like that. And I will just pull out the white as well, so you can cast your votes. And that is another way of putting your name in for the draw for one free seat, 5 weeks of prompts and silliness. You can say yellow or white. That would be one way of getting, that'd be one way of getting in on the activities. I could, you know what? Maybe it was trying to tell me something. Maybe it was like, Lori, you need to have that. The 2 over on one side and that other one over there. Maybe it was just suggesting something different to me. I don't know. Okay. All right. White. Quite pretty. Or yellow. Cast your votes. Let me know what you think. I'm not gluing it down anyway, so it's not critical. Sharon is asking, what about the pink? Okay, so supposedly this is pretty in pink. I am going to bring over, I'll bring it, not pretty in pink. It's supposed to be flamingo. The flamingo is going to be quite dark, but I will bring over a flamingo. I'll bring over a pretty in pink. And I will also bring over the bubble bath, because it kind of looks like bubble bath to me. But when we bring over the bubble bath, it might be like, no, that's not it at all. But that gets you in for the draw too, Miss Sharon. You could also say which country you wish we would go to. If you were part of the trip, you could be like, I would so look forward to going. I wonder which country we're going to. Could we go to? And you can name a country or a city, because like I said, we are going to cities. All right, so this is the dark. I feel like I have to fold these, actually, just saying, because otherwise there's too much sometimes, right? And it's not fair. It's not fair to the colors. Where's my bone folders? You could pretend to have a drink, because for 1 second, it's really not lost. It's exactly where it's supposed to be. Okay, So that is the Pretty in Pink. No, the Flirty Flamingo. Flirty Flamingo. For me, that one's too dark. But I actually think there's some possibility that's Pretty in Pink might be pretty. Let's see how close the colors are. So I like the Coastal Cabana more with that. That one's not bad, hey? And never a problem with auditioning colors anyways. That was the other part that I was going to do if I was going to redo my Reader's Digest version of my Z fold from yesterday's Technique card. And then this guy. So I will say, I don't know that I like Coastal Cabana and that pink. And also, this is not actually as good a match as I would have thought. So, and this one is okay. Like, that's pretty close. Can you guys see? So that pink is just about exactly that pink. This guy, somehow or another, although these guys are the same, with the yellow, this became more pink, but this one is, like, that is a dead match. Actually, it really is Flirty Flamingo. Who knew, hey? All right, so I think it's between the Flirty Flamingo and the contest then. I will say one way that might be, might win is if I did a different color, this background. So yellow and that. Personally, I kind of like the yellow, just because of this big yellow I have here. Oh, and it's 9 o'clock, so it's time to quit deliberating and go with it. And then the other question was, these guys with that guy up front is how I think I'm going to do it, just to cover off everybody. Kind of fun, hey? Oh, and I have no words, and I have no, I don't know about gems on the water, because there's so much water going on there. Oh, it seems very tropical and fun. But it could have a bow for sure, and it definitely needs some words. So I definitely need to pull in some words. Even just cheers would be fun. And what's sad is I had a cheers here probably for 100 years. What is this little yellow? This is a yellowy green. No, 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 I don't drink it no more. I should have. Where are they? Here's my ribbons. And yes, you could have a drink, because that is also the new game for me is I changed my craft room around. Do I know where the new things are? There's a ribbon. I like that. The perfect ribbon. Okay. And the word cheers. And in fact, come on, little guy. Jump up. There's a lime here too. I don't like that lime. Where's the other half of the lemon? Here it is. I was just thinking sometimes a little piece of lemon down on the ground is also helpful, right? Come on, straighten up. All right, I love it, you guys. How fun is that? If I could but just find. You can finish off with a final drink, a final skål, since I can't find any words. This is about the right size for the cheers, so I'll bring this in here. Today's plan, consume drinks. And actually, it's kind of fun because this one does have the word, if you have this old set. So this is what I'm going to have fun with this summer, is pulling out some of our old favorites and working. And honestly, if you have this set and you want to make some drinks, you know what I'm trying to say, some cards with lots of drinks, is not drinking and going to pubs one of the fun parts. So this has fabulous, oh, that says chocolate. I thought it said cocktails. I know it does say, I know there is a cocktails one. Hang on a second. That's funny. And then I could have cocktails right there. How fun is that? It doesn't look like cocktails that way, but it is. See, cocktails. Today's plan, consume cocktails. How fun. So the whole thing just have to be up. Ta-da! All right, so that's not finished, but it will be. All right, I am way past time. Thanks for hanging out with me. I enjoyed hanging out with you. And get your comments in there. I will do the draw. Wednesday night is the real official. So sometime during Tuesday, I will let you know if you were the winner. And you can join in and see what this crazy little community is about. It's not too late to sign up still if you are keen on it. $50 gets you in for the 5 weeks of fun. And so I don't know why I feel possessed to come over here, turn that off, put it close to the window. And if you are a winner, you can decide whether you'd like it to be for August, because we are all traveling July, August, and September all over the world. But or I can reimburse you your $50 if you already have paid and are like, okay. All right, guys, I will talk with you on Monday. Have a fabulous weekend. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.